Hey guys, Necro Malice here. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do custom joint mods. So like for example, in my video here, if you see, goddamn, get the fuck out of the way. If you notice, Aqua's Keyblade is stuck in her shoulder, and sometimes it's stuck in the head too. I'm going to show you guys how to fix this. Now, this is only possible via RAM. And this is kind of an advanced way of fixing stuff, but I'm going to try to break it down as easy as I can for you guys. I also put captions below the screen so you guys can see visually what addresses to look for. So, downside to this is you do have to do this for every room if you want it to work in every room. So that's the downside, and that's kind of a bad downside, but it's the only way that you can get the Keyblade to work in every world is by doing it this way. I haven't really found any other easier methods of doing it, so for those of you that don't want to do it, then you're going to have to deal with the Keyblade stuck in the shoulder, unless you can find a different way of doing it. But this is basically the way that I figured out how to do it, so I'm going to share this information for you guys tonight. So you're gonna want to make a file dump of the character you want and the Keyblade you want in the world that you want, and in the room that you want, and then make a file dump. So we're gonna hit file dump. I'm just gonna overwrite one of my previous dumps that I made. So we're gonna replace that, and then open up PS2 disk. I'll provide links to these programs in the description. So let's do this. So Aqua Keyblade fix. And by the way guys, in case you're wondering why I have Aqua playable, I'm creating an add-on to my mod where I'm making every Guardian of Light in the game playable. So don't think that this is a copy from Zad's Aqua mod, because it's not. I'm making every Guardian of Light in my game playable, not just Aqua. So, and my moveset is going to be completely different from Zad's, so that I'm not completely copying his idea. That's the reason why I'm using Aqua for this example, because I'm making every Guardian of Light in my game playable. And yes, I figured out a way to do so, if anybody asks. Or if anybody doesn't believe me. And you guys, and those that don't believe me, you'll see firsthand once I start getting videos out on it. But yeah. So, open up PS2 disk and then open the file dump you just made. Okay, and then hit G on your keyboard, the letter G key on your keyboard, and type 01A. And then 5 zeros after that. So 01A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Hit enter. Then hit Shift and 3 and type in the UCM of the character you wanna fix the joint for. So for this case, Aqua is replacing Jack Sparrow. So I'm gonna type in Jack Sparrow's UCM, which is 66. And then hit F4 until you see something that looks like this. It'll jump you to the UCM. And then there will be four other addresses below it, and then below that will be a bunch of zeros. Also look out for these MIPS functions here, and then below that will be 3 SLL MIPS functions. So keep an eye out for that too. So if you don't know what to look for here, look out for an area that has 3 SLLs in the code, or across from the code. This is basically Aqua's heart block. But yeah, heart blocks are only work for the character you hack them for. So I'm gonna, hold on guys, I'm gonna make this text a bit bigger so you guys can actually read what I'm looking at. I know that my recording screen on my overlay is kind of small. So let me make this text a lot bigger. There. Now you guys should be able to read it. So yeah, look for 4 full addresses below it, and then to the right it'll have 3 SLLs across to the right of it. Look for something like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the address below the one that we landed on, and we're gonna copy the data of this. And then instead of hitting G on your keyboard, and then pressing and then searching it that way, we're gonna search it via Shift+3, like we would if we're searching a UCM. So hit that, and then once you do that, you'll land on this address here. You want to hit the up arrow key twice until you land on this address here, and this address is a target mod. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click that target mod address. We're going to copy the address of this, not the data, but the address. Then we're going to hit Shift and 3 again, and then press Control V again, and paste that in there again, and then hit Enter. Now here comes the tricky part. What you want to look for when you're hitting F4 is an address below the one that you're landing on that has a full address, and then at the end of it will be a bunch of zeros and then a 1. Look for something like that, and then tab it again and look for something similar to it but has a 2 at the end. Not tab, sorry. Hit F4 one more. Hit F4 until you see an address below the one you land on with a bunch of zeros and then a 1 at the end. And then hit F4 again so you see one that has a 2 at the end. And hit F4 one more time, and then below the one you land on will be the joint mod. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean by that right now. So we're going to hit F4 so we see an address below it that has a 1 below it. As you guys can see, here's an address with a bunch of zeros and then a 1 at the end. So we're going to hit F2 again, or F4 again, until we see an address with a 2 at the end. So we're going to hit F4 again, and then this is our joint mod. So we're going to copy the address, and we're going to copy this entire code, and then paste it into Embase. And for this code, you don't have to put a 2 at the beginning because this is not a 32-bit code. This is an 8-bit code. For those of you that don't understand the different formats of codes like 8-bit to 32-bit, I'll make a separate tutorial explaining all that to you guys. But yeah. Not paying attention. Alright, now that we've got that, we're gonna change the 2 letters at the end of the address to B2. That's letter B and the number 2. B2 is normal Sora's joint digit. I'll provide a list of joint digits in the description for you guys to use as reference. But we're gonna set that to B2. Then we're gonna go back to our emulator. And then watch, when we apply this, the Keyblade will jump into Aqua's hand instead of in her shoulder. And there you go. Now she's holding her Keyblade normally. Now we can test this out and see how it looks. Oops. I have to fix her moveset. She doesn't have a decent moveset yet. But that's basically how you mod custom. That's basically how you create custom joints. For those of you who don't understand it right away, watch the video more than one until you understand the gist of how to do this. Because when I first started out, this kind of shit was extremely confusing to me. So for those of you that are new, you may want to start with some simpler modding techniques before you jump into this, because this is more advanced. Because for those of you that are new, you probably will not even know what the fuck to do. So I would recommend for those modders that are new to try simpler modding. To try simpler modding techniques like texture modding or something before you jump into this kind of shit. If you guys have any questions, again, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'll answer all your questions. This is Necro, guys. Peace.